What are the risks of institutionalized ideas or narratives for effective policy making? For instance, the idea that cozy welfare policies produce unemployment.
I mean, politics is about narratives, is about argument, and behind argument there is evidence. But sometimes, people forget about the evidence because the argument is so persuasive in and of itself. So the idea that you have cozy welfare states, and by implication you cannot have highly competitive economies, it is no longer true in an aging society and a knowledge economy. You really have to invest in people, and you really have to make sure that even if people get unemployed, they are buffered in a way that will allow them this transition to get to a new job, to acquire new skills. So in those contexts, that kind of narrative is a very dangerous one, but it's easy to follow, and if that narrative has been around for around 30 years, then everybody starts believing in that. And then you need, from the academic side, you need a lot of evidence, lots of evidence, and you have to repeat it time and again. Look at these countries, they're cozy welfare states by your definition, but they're all European, the most competitive European economies are cozy welfare states by your definition. So that's not true. We have to think of another frame.
Could you describe the social investment policy paradigm and its implications?
I think the best way to define or to describe the social investment policy paradigm is to say, we know in Western Europe people are afraid of their pensions because of aging. There are going to be more older people, and so pensions are under pressure. But to say that, this is another frame in a way. If you want to save pensions, you have to invest in children. And then people start to think, how does that work? Well, if you invest in children, they will be better educated and more productive. And there's going to be less of them in aging society, and they are going to pay for your pensions. They're going to invest in their economies or in other economies, but by the time you are retired, in nominal terms you can have a nice pension, but if the next generation doesn't take care of these investments, then in real terms your pensions are not so valuable. And so in order to change this perspective, we have to be fearful of pension because of aging. The implication is you really have to invest in children and families because, many more people will have to work.
Could you describe the three complementary policies which you propose?
Yeah, so these are about stocks, flows, and buffers. So I think the most important ones, to continue the conversation we're having, is if you want to save pension, you have to invest in children. So it really starts with early childhood education and care. That's a crucial policy. A policy that is complementary to that, or in a mutually reinforcing fashion, is good parental leave programs that would allow mothers, but more so fathers, to take leave, to take care of children, and that these transitions are somehow smoothed over the life course. So that would be the second policy, so leave policies and early childhood education and care. And the third one is that in an economy where you have more broken careers, so you have a job, but it's a part-time job, and then you may not have a job, you go back to school, then you will have a job. So you cannot rely on sort of continuously working and paying into a benefit system that at some point you're unemployed, and you're unemployed for a long time, yet you can sort of use the savings that you put in the unemployment insurance scheme and take it out. That is no longer an option. So in a way, I think that your minimum income protection, social assistance schemes should be far more universal. That every time when you have a part-time job or a longer time job, that there is, if you lose that job and if it's a flexible job, that you have access to good social assistance.